What happened is I'm still scrolling through this damn note document to get to where I should be.
You guys teleported to Vyros. C got ripped off by a shopkeeper. Everyone was cold, and then the world ended, or at least my internet died.
Which is the
Same
same thing.
difference.
Yeah.
So, you're in a Shah. Oh, I had one job. One job was to say the city that you're in, and I got her.
Are you recording?
Yeah. This is all.
Oh.
You don't have Makud up yet, Dan.
Oh, sorry. I've been scrolling through this damn note thing. Oh.
No, I figured as much. I just wanted to remind you. Because once you get into the dock, it's hard to get out.
Maybe that's what it was. I was just trying to load the dock and it shorted out the transformers in my house.
Possibly. I mean, I have a good internet connection and like a gaming PC, and this document still lags.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. No, for me, I mean, it was a power cut for me, so. It's
sure, I know, but now it's canon.
Yeah.
That the document kills your computer.
It's got my family.
Okay, Graham, get out. If you're gonna growl at me, you gotta get out. Go.
I could.
I'm there. Finally. So, boot to the Winterland for $5,000.
Yeah. So I was thinking I could just click stop recording and then click start recording. None of this would happen, but I don't think I'm going to do that. We're living here. So the 6 of you are in Vyros. There's a bit of snow on the ground. It's a cold winter's morning. Abrishmina was having an argument, or about to have an argument with a Vyrosi magicians or magic item salesman. I think that's pretty much all there is, right?
Oh, Rob, you're a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little robot-y.
Literally, internet's been fine all day.
And then he disappeared.
Getting flashbacks to last week.
I know, right?
He's gotta kick his little brother off the internet.
Gaming, get off the internet, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan is a person in this group. That's not.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
He's like, okay, I'll get off the internet, but how am I gonna play?
Okay.
I'll do it by post.
Okay.
Expect my next turn in 4 weeks.
I mean, we were kidding. You can come back.
Yeah, sorry myself out. I don't know why this happens. Like, literally, just before the game, we were all talking, it was fine. As soon as I start going into DM mode, I robot apparently. Maybe, but it's like, even, it's not using any internet to record. And like, I was just playing an online game with C, and I was fine. We could hear each other fine. The game was running okay. So I don't know why. I think it might be like, maybe it's because it's Friday night or something, but that doesn't really. Ugh. Can you hear me okay now anyway?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, just let me know if you need anything repeating.
Okay. Yeah. Abrashmina will try to bargain a little bit.
Okay. Do you want to just roll for it, or would you like to play it out?
Sure, I can roll for it. Or if you prefer to play it out, but
you can roll for it.
Okay. Persuasion.
Yes, please.
Okay. Helps if I have her dice and a sheet. Why would I ever need to roll anything? Oh, that was gonna be really good, and then it rolled over onto something garbage. 11.
Yeah, he's not budging. You can see how cold you are. He knows he's got a good payday.
Well, if it weren't for the fact that I have the money, normally I would probably let my pride stand in the way of this. But today I am not, and she'll pay the 5,000.
Alrighty. You have some boots of the Winterlands.
Very good. I will take some time to attune to them at the earliest opportunity.
Excellent. Declan, I believe you were looking for some like
General winter survival gear.
yeah,
So
yeah.
heavy blankets and rations and snow boots. And
Are you buying climbing kit, that sort of thing, or is it just snow boots and
climbing good fuel?
okay. So for all that, we'll say 200 gold for like some really, really quality, to outfit the group.
Great. Yeah, Declan, don't haggle.
Yeah, because he's a gentleman with some decorum, unlike these Ashari brutes.
And he doesn't like talking to Verosi for any longer. Has to.
True. Fucking French.
Udo like lean over to Bryn and go, I don't see any lizards on sticks. What do they eat here?
A lot of stews and fancy shit.
Pastries, Makud. They eat pastries.
Oh,
Dude,
shit.
Makud, make an investigation check.
I will get dice out. I will roll a dice. 16 minus 2 for 14.
You see two things. The first is a pastry shop, kind of pink and like this sort of pastel pink sign outside. Looks very, nice, fancy pastries. The other is a small rotisserie stall selling roasted like grouse and hens, much like the meat counter at a supermarket where you get the sort of rotisserie chickens.
Mm-hmm.
You see one of those.
Ah, I see something on the stick.
It's chicken. Yes, you've had chicken. Of course.
Presumably some sort of bird.
Yeah, you will have.
Oh,
You will have had chicken.
Maybe
at
not
some
a
point.
chicken, I don't know. Some sort of desert fowl.
You've had fowl,
It's everywhere.
guinea fowl.
I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's no lizard, but you have to like really chew with the lizard. It's quite satisfying, but
It's like the chewing gum of meat.
the taste that lasts for hours.
It's
Um,
actually calorie negative because you have to chew it so much to.
That's why everyone's so slim in
Yeah.
the shower. I will go to the rotisserie place.
You can see there's this sort of jolly-looking bearded middle-aged fellow. You can see as you're approaching, he's sizing you up. He looks almost as hungry at the sight of you and your fat wallet as you do looking at his chickens. And he grins. He says, "Oh, you want something big?" And he'll like kind of pull back the cover, and you see that there's like a really large one at the back.
Do they have sticks in? Or
He's
not?
he's cooking them on metal rods.
That's what I'm thinking, but Makood is just seeing as a food on a stick.
Yeah.
So, whatever you have, the biggest.
He'll go to slide one off a metal rod, the biggest.
What are you doing? Does it not come on this stick?
What? No, the rod is what I use to cook it, you know? Can't be giving those away.
But what do you hold then?
Well, I'll wrap it up in some paper for you.
Isn't that? He kind of like looks towards Mina, someone more learned. Like we write things on paper. Isn't this a bit of a waste?
This is writing paper. It's packing paper. Yeah.
If we were to give you an extra 2 gold, would you give us the rod?
I don't see why not.
He'll unhook the rod.
I'll give him 2 gold plus.
Yeah,
I don't know.
10 silver.
whatever.
5
10
silver,
silver.
something like that. Yeah.
He lifts the, I don't know, how turkey-sized bird or
Yeah.
something on this stick.
It's a GM chicken.
A GM chicken, of course. And it just like bites, like directly through it, like ignoring limbs, bones, whatever else. Just smash. Like takes a huge bite out of bisects the chicken or something.
You see, there's 2 kids, like really young, a boy and a girl, and they're both just staring at you, like standing next to the the rotisserie stand, like jaws dropped. They look like the kid in Incredibles with the bubble gum.
Hey, mister!
Yeah.
He turns to them, and then just slowly kind of like finishes the chicken.
I'm imagining there's like a wing just hanging out his mouth as he's chewing.
Yes, exactly.
Love it.
Uh,
It tastes real good. Bit heartier than you're used to, probably. Like, it feels a bit heavier in your stomach.
this is good stuff, and he's like waving the stick at the guy, the metal rod.
Just takes a step back.
Oh, glad you like it.
You know, I may well be back.
Feel free.
He looks to Declan, satisfied for now.
Declan gives a soft smile.
Do we get the pastry now, or
Wish? One of the least offensive things about virus.
I must say, your English impression has gone up way, way higher since all this antiviral stuff. I'm loving it.
I love the low key, or not low key sass.
Yeah.
Makud is basically going to go into a pastry shop and see how many pastries he can get on the rod.
Oh boy. Okay. So
Sticking him on the thing, and the guy's looking on in horror, like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Pastries!
It's just like one of these and one of these, and he's just poking various things.
So you enter this little tiny pastry shop. This is, the closest Makud could get to being a bull in a china shop without china. He is very crammed in, having to sort of duck. There's a counter with glass, sort of display of cakes and pastries and all sorts of desserts and right in front of you, but you don't see anyone currently, and there's like a sort of open doorway leading to a kitchen in the back. And as the sort of door closes and the bell gives a little ring, you see this giant wobbling 4-tiered cake come, swaying through the door and up onto a counter, and behind it you see a tiny little old woman poke her head round and give you a big toothless grin, Makud, and she'll kind of scuttle round the what's called the counter to get a better look up at you. She says,
Oh, hello, dearies. It's been so long since I've seen anyone your size in here.
and she'll kind of give you a big pat on the thigh.
It seems like everyone is much smaller than me. There are not many people as big as me where I come from either, but
Aye, well, you're certainly the biggest I've seen in a wee while. And she'll kind of like hop up onto the counter to kind of stand like eye to eye with you. So, can I assume that your appetite is as big as your, and she'll like look up at your horns.
I have a big appetite, yes.
Well then.
Just like not getting the assume bit, just like, yes,
Mhm,
I'm hungry. Do you think it is the cold that makes people small?
Well. She kind of scratches her chin.
It might be, you know, although they do get very big up in Calland. And that's freezing up there, but
Yeah, there may be something to that.
But that is where we are going.
Well, you're sure to see some bigger folk there. I think the Virosi types have it a bit easy, you know, a bit chilly, but they don't really do much. I mean, look at me. And she kind of gestures to how small she is.
This is true. And he's kind of like crammed, having this conversation. Still like holding his rod out, pressed to him probably. And he's just like, this place is,
That's a sentence, Dan.
So we're not even doing phrasing anymore, are we?
No, I don't think we're doing phrasing.
Okay.
Belfast phrasing.
Said Ripley to the android bishop.
this place is kind of good size for you, but not so much for me.
It's a bit small for you. If you want, you can stand outside and I can bring your order if you'd be a bit more comfortable.
Oh, could you fill this? And he like holds the rod out to her.
What, on the spike? I don't see why not.
It's kind of like a very easy way to eat. It's what we do in the shower.
Right,
You put the
well,
lizard on the stick, and then you eat the lizard, and everything is good.
you know, I've been to a shower. I actually tried lizard on a stick. It was quite nice, but too spicy for me.
He is immediately enamored with the woman. You have been to a show.
I have. And she's like taken the spike off you, which is probably, it's about as tall as she is, and she's like not even, you know, phased by it. It's just like jumped down and is going into the glass compartment behind the thing and just kind of picking out some pastries and sliding them onto the spike. She doesn't seem bothered by it whatsoever. She says, "Aye, yes, me and my poor dear husband went a few years ago. Well, more than a few now, I suppose."
Oh, I have been champion in the car for like a year or two.
Ah, well, I would have missed that, I'm afraid. But, well, maybe I'm due another wee holiday soon.
I think a show is better than it has been. There are some good people there now. But
Aye, that's good
wait
to
a bit
hear.
longer and it will be much better.
Well, alright then. Maybe once it's all better, you could come back and tell me, huh?
He knows that Mina can talk to anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Bryn.
Yes.
Either or.
Mhm.
I will get one of my friends. 1 second. And while she's still loading up the spike or something, he'll like squeeze out and like go find Mina or Bryn. Presumably, Bryn is. I don't know. Bryn, you can message, right?
I can't do sending now.
Not right now, but as long as you have seen someone, you can send to them in the future.
Mm.
If I ever did learn the spell.
Learn spell. Okay,
She
I will go
doesn't
to
have the
Mina.
spell.
then. I was just thinking that you're probably arguing with someone somewhere and busy, but Bryn might be dusting around, as she usually does. Up for japes. I will go to Mina, wherever she is. I need you to come see a woman, so we can tell her about when the shower is good.
that's pretty accurate description of what Mina does.
She is quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave her
Oh,
alone.
She just stares at you.
yeah, I was muted. Apparently, once again, I have another reputation for arguing with a character I never argue with. But okay,
He meant haggling, like.
Haggling.
still,
Well,
still, he said arguing.
Oh.
I said arguing, but we're in a
Oh
market.
my
Like,
god.
Anyways, yeah, Ambershmina will go with.
Yeah. As soon as Makud leaves, Declan, she'll turn to you and say, "Anything for you, handsome?"
Yes, the cream puff, please.
Alright, you want it on the stick or?
No need for a stick, just in paper would be fine.
Of course, yeah, and she'll go and sort that out for you.
Ambershmina will come in and be introduced.
I mean, I don't have a name. Makuda's gonna
Yeah.
go. This is the woman who makes pastries. She's been to a show.
Ah, that is good to know. I am Ambershmina. Must be very, very nice if Makuda wanted me to meet you.
Right. Well, he's a very interesting man. Not entirely sure why he wanted me to meet you, but glad
it's-
nonetheless.
Why did you want me to meet her? So I could talk to her later, yes? So I could tell her when the ashar is good again?
That is what they said.
Okay. Making sure that you had actually said that to Mina. I couldn't remember. And then she'll say, oh, I have a little bit of magic that allows me to speak with you once I have met you. I believe that he wanted me to pass along the message.
If you hear a sultry foreign voice in your mind, it is only Ambershmina.
Aye, well, I'll suppose I'll keep that in mind. She looks a little bit taken away.
Madam, could I request 2 more cream puffs? In addition to one?
Aye, you absolutely can. She'll do you up 2 more.
I'll give one to Mina and one to Brendan.
Ambershmina is going to fall in love with the cream puff. And then she's going to order something that has like the biggest like fruit thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like some sort of tart.
Yeah, there's a nice tart with compote and such.
Yeah. She's gonna get like the least Ashari looking thing there. So that would
Okay.
be like the big fruity thing. And then doi because of sugar.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Food on a sugar high.
Honestly, the both of you probably don't eat quite so much richness in your normal diet. You may wish to pace yourself.
Oi, what? And he's just, I don't know, chewing halfway through the stick of.
We're both gonna have the
Sugar.
worst of this.
He will have paid in that intervening time. Whatever it is. Bro?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. We'll say 3 gold for the lot.
Okay.
Declan was gonna get it unless you're.
Oh, okay, sure. If you already paid and Makud started eating and she didn't have a problem with it, then fine.
For sure. Well, unless there's anything else you would like to do in this shop.
I was gonna maybe take a look around for any other bits of magical doodads in the shopping area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me too. Can I guide Declan?
You can.
Makud is just gonna his paste to Bryn, which should be an item. Roto pastries.
Make
They're
it
rolling
maybe on for you.
Cheers.
Am I rolling investigation?
Yes, please.
28.
28. Yeah, you see, there's like several like smaller stands that have, you know, what looks to be like offshoots and stuff from, you know, old magical experiments and that kind of thing. You would know though that most magic items in the city are like, bought and sold by the halls themselves.
Okay.
So if you want something more particular, but there's certainly things there. Depends on what you're looking for.
He's not looking for anything in particular. Right now, I have like the ring of radiant resistance, which is very niche, and that's occupying one of my attunement slots. So if there was something else, ring of protection, cloak. Cloak. I already have cloaks, but ring of protection or something similar, that would occupy an attunement slot.
Yeah, no, nothing like that, I'm afraid. Like a few potions, a couple like wands, but nothing.
Is it some good healing potions? I can pick those up.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see.
Healing or utility.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few superior and below potions.
Okay. I will buy them all.
Okay. We'll say that's going to set you back 3,000 gold.
Yep.
And you get you can get 4 superior and 4 greater.
What kind of wands are there?
There is a wand of magic detection and a wand of secrets.
You do have the magic detection one.
You said
Very
4
nice.
superior, 4 greater?
Yes. Indeed.
What time of day is it?
It's getting towards. It's probably like getting towards early afternoon, like lunchtime. You arrived in the morning.
Well, we are fed, we are warm. Do we wish to venture on or spend the rest of the day? Yeah.
Well, if we wish to teleport any farther north, we're going to have to wait until morning. But we could start walking that way, I guess. The roads are usually pretty safe.
This is your country, Bryn. I would say, or nearest your country. I would say the call is yours.
I wouldn't mind stretching my legs.
Very well. To the road, then.
We have enough clothes for things.
Yeah, I bought winter survival gear that was said to cover everybody in terms of everything
Okay.
we need.
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure that included garments besides just overcoats.
Yeah, like warm undies and things like that.
Long johns and such. Yeah.
I like the idea of you going to somewhere and then like giving the Coots measurements, because you probably can just memorize them by looking at them, and they're just like, what? Long johns in this size?
You
Yeah, just
probably
do
have to go to somebody who makes like tack, you know, like stuff for like horses and cows for like winter travel, and then have it specially tailored.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think unless there's anything else you guys would like to do in Ashar, you're pretty well kitted out.
Virus.
Fuck me. Virus indeed, yeah.
You got very used to us being in one city.
Yeah. This can be hard. So, yeah. You would know, Bryn, particularly, your route is going to take you, pretty much the fastest way. Although you can just teleport to Calland, I suppose, but the if you're walking, at least for a bit. You'd go north to a keep town called White Creek, and then keep going north through Taeth and a few of their villages before you eventually get into Calland. So whichever route you would like to take, / teleport / go on a ship and find a super cool like ship adventure for a bit or whatever.
Does it cost anything for you to teleport? Okay. Like material components?
I don't know.
I know someplace where I can find that information. No.
No? Okay. So, I mean, there's no reason not to, basically, other than the risk of teleporting into a lake or something.
Well, I mean, right now it's
You have to rest.
Yeah.
a spell slot situation, but
Is there a temple of Istus in Vairos?
No.
Or, well, there obviously won't be one for He Who Watches.
No.
Okay.
We did walk through, or we are near
Yeah.
to the temple district?
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of temples, just none to the Ashari gods. Their sort of
Sure.
jurisdiction ends at the coast, so you know, there's all sorts. There's all the sort of standard. What are they called? Forgotten Realms deities, among some others.
Is there a temple to Arame?
Ooh.
There is not.
So, we waiting for Bryn to rest?
no, I want to walk.
You want to walk? Okay.
And a
I
long
mean,
time
we
since I've been here.
Okay. Vigorous constitutional would do us all good.
Yes, what he said.
All right. Well, you guys head over the bridge and leave this city north. Following the.
Just before you, do we need like a wagon or anything, or horses? Like, or do you want to walk, or?
I mean, if you just walk and then decide to teleport, tomorrow it's much easier if you don't have everything. But
Sure.
I find that horses tend to be a pain in the ass in campaigns unless you really need them. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when you have teleport.
Yeah, and how many of you actually know how to look after horses?
Makud does.
I don't.
I actually have animal handling. And he likes animals. There was no pet shops with wyverns in, were there?
We could get a wagon and
No.
some horses
It's
if
okay.
we want.
Maku could probably pull the wagon by
But
himself.
Good would be our beast of burden.
Just like wear it on his shoulders like a backpack.
Makud, Dragon Seer, Wagon Bearer.
It's Skyrim all over again. Yep, let's walk then.
Need a ride?
You're finally awake. He will enjoy things when we're out of the city and there's not these damned cobbles.
Yes, so you trade the damned cobbles for snow-dusted, like dirt paths. You see, like rising up ahead of you, the snow-covered peaks of the sort of mountain pass that Ashar sits just to the south of, or to which Ashar sits just to the south.
Vairos.
Oh god damn it! This is actually quite hard. I'm struggling.
I was thinking this is like the trick with like having campaigns that are like centralized all the time.
Yeah.
So used to being in one place.
Yeah, like I'm kind of out of my element at the moment. Like anything that can happen in a shot, I'm comfortable with. Whereas now I'm like, fuck. Like, how do I come up with a monster that doesn't shoot sand or something?
Random object.
Yeah.
Wandering monster.
Oh, you come up with 3 wolves. That's right. That's. Oh shit.
Lament is really easy, guys.
Yeah.
Why have you had such a problem here?
You guys just started in the high level area. That's why it sucked. But yeah, the it's quite hard for you Ashari types. Like the air is quite biting on your lungs. When you breathe it in the cold, and you know it's sore on your lips and your teeth, and you know it's affecting you in ways you hadn't anticipated going into the cold. And even though you're bundled up and you're moving, you still kind of can't shake that bone weary chill that sets in, and well before you know the sun's beginning to go down or whatever, you guys start to feel pretty damn tired.
Perhaps it's time for a respite in a tiny hut.
Sure.
I will conjure the tiny hut. Ha ha!
Ho
Okay.
ho.
What? You're taking like her thing.
I'll put the blanket back. I guess, you know, I'll make a fire or something. I'll just go over here and just make a fire for us to cook.
I shall make the fire. And just like Igmuti's mole with fight them everywhere. You can do your thing.
After Brent just sitting by a tree, just kind of staring like into the middle distance, just like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Oh.
Abrashmina crafts an illusion for her to stare at.
Makud, like, Igmuti's mole does fire damage, but I'm not hitting anything. Is it just like warm? Like, and it's big enough to be a seat for Mina, right?
Yeah, it's so when I described it, it looks like cracked with molten lava inside. So yeah, it's warm.
But like not painful to sit on.
You'd need a cushion.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
We could
I
have
wa-
just like drop Igmutis into the snow and presume it would just sizzle.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like sitting on a radiator. Like, you probably won't get burnt, but it's uncomfortable to sit on.
Sure, but it's crazy cold right now.
Mm.
He like throws a fur or something we got,
Yeah.
something tough, and it's like, Mina, you should sit on this.
There will be no argument from Abrashmina, despite like the boots of the Winterlands finally kicking in at some point during their trek. She would be extremely grateful. Thank you, Makud. You sure you don't want to use it?
I mean, I've carried it for ages. It does a really good job of warming up my back. I imagine he's just walking with it over his shoulder almost constantly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was nice when we're back in the shop, but it is much nicer here. The warmth, I mean, this place is, and he's kind of like is
So cold.
conspiratorially like leaning over to you and then like looking up and down at the snow-dusted forests around the road that we're on or whatever, and it's like.
They
Gives a
said it
shake.
was. They
Snow
said
goes
snow
everywhere.
was like white sand, but this is cold.
Said no such thing.
Somebody did.
Makud, one of your nicknames when you were in the Vicar was Steam Breather, but now you're always Steam Breather. So that's pretty cool.
It's totally his inner monologue. Like, as soon as they like get out of town or whatever, he's doing that
Yeah.
thing that you do as a kid when you walk around.
He's pretending to smoke. Pretending to have a hookah, I suppose,
Yeah, exactly.
for a show.
So, yeah, he'll I've warmed his hands on it, and then Mina will be using it as a comfy chair, and he'll go help Bryn make a fire or something,
Yeah, for
like knock down a tree or something.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Look for twigs, McCode. Smash! Is this
Or the
big?
whole tree.
Just like someone
Bring-
else's wagon. He just comes dragging back. Yeah, so you guys can get a nice cozy camp set up. Bryn, you're well accustomed to, winter camping, so clearing the snow and all that sort of thing to lie on. You're make a good job of it. Are we keeping a watch tonight? Are we? How's
Yeah, we
this
should keep a watch.
gonna go down?
Inside the dome, we can see out, but people can't see in.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I assume you're making it a solid white color?
yeah. Draws a couple on dry. Dome is opaque from the outside, of any color you choose, but it's transparent from the inside. So yeah, it's automatically opaque.
Yeah.
But we'll make it sort of like a snowy white color. So that
Yeah.
it's not, look at that purple dome over there. Let's see what's inside.
For sure. At this point, could I? Is anyone gonna do anything during the evening, during the night? Before we do watch things.
What time are we heading? Like, what time is sundown?
Pretty early, probably like pitch black by like 8. So.
I mean, if we're gonna be camping for longer than 8 hours, I might do infusions and then try to sleep 8 hours. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I have
So-
a full 6 hours.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna be, bright till 8:30 in the morning anyway. So you got a good 12 hours.
Yeah, Declan will spend 6 of those hours doing infusions.
Okay. So which watch would everyone like to take then?
Earliest? The first
I'll
one?
take the middle watch, because night sky and blah 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 blah
The
blah.
middle watch of 4
The
or 6 really.
That's true. Well, maybe we have company.
I mean, everyone only has to keep watch for 2 hours. So
I will take the watch closest to midnight.
ooh.
I
Okay.
will take the earliest watch, and he'll wander around a bit. Boring, I guess.
Sounds good.
Talk about others.
I'll take the last watch.
I'll take whatever watch is left.
Well, there's 3 left, so.
I
I-
guess. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. I assume Eli will either take the watch before or after Mina's,
Yeah.
and she'll stay up with him during his.
Oh,
This is the same for Bryn and Madar.
yeah.
Uh,
So she'll
the
go
first
for
watch-
them. Makud took there's the first watch. I think.
Second is the one available.
Yeah.
I'll take.
Okay.
Okay.
Good with you?
Yeah. Well, could I just have a perception check from everyone then, please,
Cool.
for their respective watches?
Oh boy. That was 25.
Ooh, nice.
Maybe the single best perception roll I've done in the entire game.
Yes,
He is absolutely going to wander out of the hut and faff around in the trees and things and shake some snow and that kind of stuff.
He's gonna Animal
Okay.
Crossing, shake some trees, trying to find some furniture.
Totally get
Locked
stung
in
by
the
wasps.
branches and get stung by wasps. I got a 26 on my perception.
I only got a 23.
Oof. Alright. Well, Makud, as you were going out and wandering about, you do go, just sort of move around the woods and stuff, keeping close, but never too far away. and eventually one of your hooves strikes something in the snow that's hard and like metallic sounding.
Clunk.
Yeah. You reach down, sort of brush away the snow, and you pick out what appears to be this like little metal pot, sort of like how to describe, like almost like a tub, like it's got a lid that screws on, kind of a round bulbous receptacle for whatever one would wish to place in it.
He'll like pick it up after like rummaging around in the snow a bit, and he'll unscrew it.
Inside you see a kind of thick, yellowish, translucent gunk. It smells
So
kind
the-
of slightly like aniseedy and minty.
Dangerously like food. So there's nothing around where the pot was to give any context to said pot.
Not that you can see, I'm afraid.
Okay,
It is an errant pot.
corpse or something.
Declan is
Errant.
probably awake right now, doing his equations, but
We'll say for now, Makuda's just out of eyesight, like between some trees, but you will be
Okay.
there. You will be there for him to speak to.
So he gives it a big sniff, and it smells like food. Minty and a CD.
Yeah.
Oh, aniseedy. Oh, okay. That was not what I thought.
Okay.
No.
smells like anus seeds.
No, I thought it
Anise.
was like I thought it was like some weird British way of saying antiseptic. So it's a little bit like
septic.
food, really? Okay.
I mean, I would say antiseptic does smell like food.
Depending on the food, I guess.
But yeah,
still.
depending on the antiseptic.
Sure. He will dip a finger in.
Okay. Makud, you have a flashback. Just as you were teleporting in, you kind of stumbled on the cobbles. You put your hand out to steady yourself, and you brushed against the stone of the building, and you got a bit of a graze on your finger. And as you dip it into the nice gunk, the graze heals up.
Like pulls it out. Does like the gunk recede off the finger and like stay in the pot effectively?
No, it's
Viscously? Or...
it's like Vaseline.
Okay. Fair enough. He's then just going to like very cautiously taste his finger.
Tastes. It doesn't taste like food, but it does
Okay.
taste minty. Also, when you bit your tongue earlier, sort of now.
Bone or something.
You had you got a chicken bone that spiked you.
He's going to like be curiously bemused by that. Put the lid back on and then kind of, just rummage around a bit more, like complete his circuit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Knock a few trees, so like all the snow goes everywhere.
Ow! Oh, I'm kidding.
What? Gnomes? Is that you?
That was some straight up fucking Andrew shit right there.
Yeah, that was the.
And then I'll
Majored falls out and alongside his badger.
presuming the trees do not speak to him, he will gradually return to Declan. now it is tiny cute pot.
What have you got there?
I found it. Some healing thing. Until like lift off the lid.
There's a winky face on the label.
Do I recognize the thing?
Make me a say Arcana check.
I got Arcana for days. 28.
You think this is a pot of Keatome's ointment, sir?
It's a wonderful find, actually, McCoo. This is you're quite right. Healing ointment. What does it do, dear?
Basically, yeah, you rub it on boo-boos and it heals 2d8 plus 2 hit points.
Yes, you apply it as a salve.
And
Would
cures poison and disease. And you can eat it if you want. Its
And-
BMG does say that.
2d8 per
2d8 plus 2 per dose. This one contains 5 doses.
It's a rather miraculous salve. If you apply it to an open wound or ingest it, it will heal most small wounds and cure most diseases and poisons.
Well, do all like your forests have little pots for healing things?
I think you're just remarkably lucky, McCoo.
You won't know to accept that.
That makes sense.
We actually found that in campaign 1, but we never used
yeah.
it.
Oh
What?
no, is it the same one?
We
Crossover
dropped it off.
Byron gunship.
It's Byron's
Dropped
Keatome's
it off
ointment.
the air. Yeah, dropped it off the airship whenever
Yeah.
LaShawn died randomly.
Canon. Oh, that's good. It looks like there's about enough for about 5 good portions.
4 now.
Oh, really?
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's good. No one really needs it now.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
I said, well, that's good. No one really needs it right now, but
At the moment,
I guess I'll find the space for it.
you could hang on to it.
He will down to the side of some winter weather pack or something that he's wearing.
Nice. Well, aside from that, everyone else's watches go smoothly and without excitement. There is probably some, surreptitious romantic smooches and sky watchings, etc.
For your information, Rob, I rolled successfully for a token of non-detection and a token of haste.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yes, morning comes around, and you're all in various states of waking, as the day is yours, I suppose.
Look at this, Mina. I found a pot.
You found? Does it have sand in it?
It does not have sand in it. There is no black sand. It has this. And it like shows the weird viscous Vaseline material.
She's gonna wrinkle her nose at it.
It's good.
Like, tastes good, or?
It tastes okay, but it heals things.
Oh, that is very useful.
I mean, hopefully it will be useful.
I'm sure it
was
will be.
I was thinking you have like the stick and things, and I was going to keep this in case someone needs it.
The stick. Oh, I love Makood.
That is a very good idea, Makood.
And he like leans in and is like, Declan says that not all of their forests have like random good things in them, and I am just lucky. And he says it like knowledgeably.
You are extraordinarily lucky. And she says with a smile.
Mm. Is it? And he kind of like sits back, like pondering for a moment. Is like, is it that I am lucky, or that just everyone who faces me is unlucky? And he's like stroking his chin.
I think in this particular instance, the pot was not facing you, so it was just you being lucky in finding it.
That makes sense. I should do more wandering around in these woods. There may be more pots.
Just stay close.
Get that kind of half distracted nod of a child as he's like playing with his pot.
Oh no.
It's like all that ointment is just gonna get wasted as it turns into like paste on his fingers. He's just like,
Slime!
yeah, exactly. It's gack.
I mean, it's
Got
like
fuzz and dirt
stuff
in
like
it.
yes, exactly.
I'm just imagining Makood eats it like
You know.
like a dog eats like from a peanut butter jar.
I mean, they have food for now. When we run out, maybe. And stuff like this would dry up in the desert, so he's probably never, apart from the bad slime, the ooze in the sewer.
The bad slime.
But this is good slime.
Next, after Wonderful Things of Ashar, Makood's second book should be Slimes of Neath.
Yes. Alright, shall we continue walking or you wanna teleport to Callan?
Have we eaten breakfast?
Nope.
Let's say you eat breakfast first, then an attempted teleportation. Time being of the essence.
Alright.
Alright. Well,
Think of all
you
the pots we will miss out on.
Any missed
Very
pots?
you have a somewhat satisfying breakfast, and go to teleport to Calland, assuming there's nothing else anyone would like to do in the morning. And as you teleport, we will take our first break.
Alright. We're back.
I totally almost wrote teleport to Ashar because Rob's been doing it this whole entire time. So I almost
Don't
did
know
it
what you're
too.
talking about.
BRB.
Hmm.
I was just looking at the ketones ointment and cured of it. It ceases to be poisoned and that's rather useful.
Yeah, we never really had cause to use it because, like, if you've got a cleric in the group, they can pretty much do all that stuff. But I guess if your cleric is missing or dead,
Sure, but also like the combination, like for of curing poison and disease and healing all in
Yeah.
one go. Like that would be multiple spell slots, or the paladin would have to, dump a bunch of different hit points for curing, but all in one go. That's quite useful. Like I was just thinking of like the impact of this. It's an uncommon item, like in the world. A thing that you could wipe on somebody and they are cured of any disease,
hmm
as well as healed and stuff. Like,
well, that's the kind of thing like Declan would probably spend a lot of his downtime crafting and making. Like
mm-hmm.
if Rob would allow it.
I don't know what kind of ingredients you would have to look for
Right.
to make an ointment of this kind, but yeah, that this kind of thing could do a lot of good on a base level. Like, there's a lot of people out there.
Very effective.
It's Tesco's own coffee and I don't know, gelatinous cube slime.
A reason to hunt ooze.
Oh,
As
fuck
if you
that. I'm not spending money on Tesco's own coffee.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I must be watched at all times.
Has a So where are we going to teleport to? Like your childhood home?
The old
I
homestead.
guess it went to sleep. Didn't shut down. But still, I did not press any go to sleep buttons.
Curse you, laptop! I will destroy you.
Dee Dee, you're so stupid.
Oh god. My stupid sister Didi.
Omelette fromage.
You guys sound like Zora the Destroyer.
Alright. Well, where are we teleporting to Brynhild?
Probably the only place that she would be thinking about this entire time. The closest thing to a home that she's ever had.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's get a name generator going. Because let's go with Oakhart. Yeah, that sounds like a good name. Yeah.
Is that a village or town or something?
Yeah, it's a little village.
Okay.
Probably spent a lot of time there, like when the weather got too bad or something like that. They'd hunker down for a few weeks until the weather cleared up.
Okay.
You said?
Yep, Oakhart.
I like it. So, not a million miles out of Callan proper. Why don't, seeing as you're coming up with it, you give us a quick description of Oakhart?
It's just a little sleepy town, small town square, a few shops kind of clustered around, a butcher, a bakery, a
Candlestick
tanner.
maker?
No candlestick maker. A little tannery and a blacksmith shop, and then a few kind of town, kind of like houses kind of clustered to one end. A small kind of like multi religious temple that kind of serves like a bunch of gods. It's just more efficient that way.
Yeah.
And then just one little like kind of basically dirt stone kind of path through town. Nothing remarkable, just
I like it.
your average little village.
Take yourself an inspiration there, friend. So
Charming.
you arrive in the sleepy little hollow of Oakhart. The snow here is in the village itself. It's been mostly cleared, but like outside the village, you can see it like stacking up as high as the roofs of the houses. It is freezing here. If you thought you were cold before, I mean not so much Mina, but Makud specifically, that was nothing. Like people are walking around, you know, your breath is like crystallizing in the hair of your, you know, the fur of your face and stuff. It is miserably cold here, and even with all your fur and stuff, you are dying a little bit.
He basically just holds the Igmuti's maul like it gets to his chest, and like all of the ice crystals that are like, I imagine they just coat his back, but like on the front they're just like melting off.
You all right, Makud?
Sure, this this is where you live? He's like slightly shocked.
We spent a lot of time here. Closest thing to a home I've ever had. Well, with the exception of the Mirage now, I guess.
That's right, you travelled as part of a caravan.
Yep. Always kind of made our way back here when the weather got too much.
Were all your people before us, like you?
Yeah. It's kind of what we did. That was kind of our thing. A lot of little towns, just traveling around. We'd set up outside, sometimes in the town square, run for a few days, move on to the next little village. Kind of sweet little life if you think about it.
It's very pretty.
It is. It's a unique way to grow up. You'll have to forgive me for never having asked before.
We haven't really had too much of a chance to sit down and talk about a child.
Yes, well. Perhaps that's for the best. And Declan looks a little bit like, please don't ask me about my childhood.
We don't give him a knowing smile.
Shall we make preparations here? We need to find a man with a boat, correct?
Probably got a little farther to travel to the coast.
Do we know where to find this man?
Well, or perhaps one of his ancestors. Hasira said that it had been a while since she had last traveled, and she thought he was human. We had to hope that he shared the path with someone else.
We may find some information that will lead us here. Is there a village elder or learned person who keeps the histories?
Well, we aren't on the coast yet, though, right?
Yeah, this isn't on the coast.
Yeah, this is a little village
So,
away from
yeah,
Callan.
in Calland. Yeah. So Calland is the city of Calland is the most northern settlement in Calland, and until Frosthaven was renovated, the most northern settlement in Neath, pretty much, or in Lament, certainly, but basically you're probably a day's trek to the city. And like all the other cities of or all the other like towns, cities, villages, that sort of thing in Callan are all south of the city itself.
So then our best bet would be in Callan.
Yeah, like that's the only place on the coast in Callan, if that makes sense. So when Nahasira said there was a sailor in Callan, they would have to be in the city, pretty much.
Then let's hoof it.
Side
Can we
eye
get
from
that?
Makood.
Can we get that in a day?
Yeah, I said
Okay.
about a day's march.
We
Okay.
can keep pace.
Makood is gonna keep making that kind of like you're about to sneeze face because I imagine he has like a big, cow like muzzle, and I imagine they're usually wet, to some extent, and here is probably incredibly unpleasant.
Yeah,
With
definitely.
like huge nostrils and the rest of it. He's gonna like shamble, like be making that face, and then like shamble into the tannery that you said was there.
You get a scarf.
I was thinking like a big old hide, because this is
Feels a little bit like a person wearing person skin.
maybe. Uh,
You do you, Makud.
and just see, are there any like bear skins or anything that might?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool.
Vibrant hunting community.
So he comes in the door, bigger than most of the prey they probably have hunted or something, and just be like, "I need something to wear."
Does Makood speak Lamented Common?
I don't know if you like it would be. He would either say it in Ashari or it would be broken common if you taught him. Because I think we said that you actually were teaching him the Ashari.
It's our Ashari alphabet, yeah.
Yeah, so he just says that in Ashari, presuming. He was talking to the pastry woman, presumably she'd been to Ashar, she knows Ashari, and he just like didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, so
So he says that.
Declan will translate. My large friend here needs furs. He's not accustomed to the climate.
right. Well, I suppose I can help with that. You see, there's this like big burly fellow gets to his feet. Blonde beard, tied back hair, going a little grey at the temples. And he will pull out the biggest pelt he can find, which appears to be from a winter wolf. Giant white pelt, far bigger than Makood. And we'll put it in front of you.
Makoot's eyes kind of widen a little bit and go, "You killed this?"
Yeah, a few of us did. Not too long ago, actually. Been more and more of these guys around recently, but we manage.
But if they've been harassing travelers on the road.
Here and there, yes, but it's more the roads to the other villages, mostly. The Callan Road is too well traveled, they keep their distance, you know.
Smart.
Winter Wolf is a very dangerous creature. It's an impressive kill. How much do you want for the pelt?
For this pelt, say 150.
Inform Makood of the price.
Makood puts down some pouch.
I'll have him count it out.
That pouch.
I was maybe going to make a roll for how far off he was. 150 gold.
Like, I'll even do it, like, really deliberately and like, kind of slowly. Like, even if the guy gets a little annoyed with me, like, grouping up by, like, bunches. Like, I'll count 10 and then do groups of 10 very deliberately so Makood can kind of watch the process.
Sure.
For sure.
He's making that I'm going to sneeze face, and you probably don't think much went in. He's like snorting and stuff.
Lots of repetition, though, along those lines over time is Declan's
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it may well work. He like wraps it around himself, as best he can. I don't know if it has like a wolf head bit that he can sort of flap over.
Yeah, they'll
between
help
the
you
horns.
get it situated. Like give you
Now
a
he's
pin
gonna
for it
look
and
like a
stuff.
winter wolf walking around on these roads. I'm
Horn.
just gonna come for him.
Oh God, he's the Jersey Devil.
And then he's going to say, I hope I find one of these so I can kill it too.
You could try.
He like looks at him like, well, I don't, depending how Declan translates that.
I think Declan would sort of say, he jests, of course, Makud, but he seems to doubt your strength.
He kind of like gives the guy a look, and is like holding a hammer, like bigger than a person. You know what? It's not worth it. And he's gonna like leave.
Very wise.
Now that the subject has been brought up, is Abrashmina no regular common?
That would be up to her player. I'm kind of assuming
Yeah.
everyone with the exception of Makud does speak it, just because otherwise it makes.
I put it down pretty explicitly that I spoke Common and Ashari. So
Yeah.
I just on my languages.
Oh yeah, so did I.
I just have common, but I have that down as like that in my mind was Ashari, and then he has Minotaur because those are the two places he's been. Like,
Makud.
I mean, speaking two languages fluently with a 6 intelligence is no minor feat.
sure, it's true, and it gets dwarvish if he wears a belt.
I was gonna say, when you guys first met Bryn, she didn't really let on that she knew any Ashari, so I imagine there had to have been some level of basic understanding.
Yeah.
Probably recently she's kind of, you know, just been like, fuck it, and speaks more Ashari than,
Yeah,
but
I like it.
Who does memorize this place, and
It's
as
a
long as we don't
wolf.
teleport, he is going to try and kill one of those wolves and drop it on his house. When he gets the time.
what he's thinking, and before he leaves, you tell the guy, you may wind up with a fresh pelt sometime soon.
Well, I'll be impressed.
Be sure and tell him so. He does so thrive on praise.
Yeah, and you guys can take your leave. So what's the plan here then? It's early morning. You could probably get to Callan by sundown if you left pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan.
Unless there's reason to visit Bryn.
yeah, no, I think we should let's move on.
Well, all right then. So, the 6 of you head north along the paths, following your way to the city of Ashar. The smell of the sea kind of growing stronger as you get closer and closer. At around kind of mid-afternoon, getting fairly close to Ashar by this point.
Calland.
Seriously?
Oh my god.
Someone make a sign, just hold it up.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I apologize, everyone. As you get close to Calland, now. You begin to smell the sea and such. As you kind of get to I don't know, maybe within sight of the city, like it's still a long ways away, but you can see it. There is this piercing howl that kind of racks the air around you, and you can hear several answering calls.
It's like you may get your wish, McCood.
It's like, quick, get off the road. Oh wait, that's a different campaign. No wait, stay on the road.
Yeah, get
stay
on the road. Yeah.
Get off the road! She's trying to kill us. Don't listen to her. Her methods have been found out. She's going to betray us. Just like that tree.
Why did the giant say wee?
McCood, like, billowing in this giant wolf pelt, with the huge magma hammer in the snow. It's like, yes.
So, is there anything you would like to do to prepare?
Declan's gonna scurry up a tree.
Okay. Can do.
And hide.
Hamstring Declan.
Hamstring?
Yeah.
Abrashmina is going to cast Warding Bond on Eli.
Okay.
Is there like a place that looks a little bit more defensible, or
There's
some brush? to
tree
hide?
brush, yeah. So you can definitely hide / defend yourselves a bit better in the tree brush.
I will follow Bryn to the tree brush.
Eli
Are
and
you
Dar
able-
will do the same probably.
Are
Oh,
we able
actually, sorry. Oh, actually, I'm going to use my wings to get up off the ground.
to hamstring Mina?
Ham wing Mina.
I
we able to
love the
get-
idea that both Declan and Mina go up, and like McCood and Bryn just hang off their legs, so they can't get up any further.
Or rather, I guess I
One
should
of
say
them-
I'm going to ready my wings so I can jump up at the sight of the wolves, because my wings only last for a minute.
Okay. Are we able to get any count on how many we think might be coming our way?
Make me a perception check.
Oh, well, garbage.
Same for Nate.
Oh, I rolled the same dice as last time and got a natural 20 on this.
I got a 28.
I got 26,
Woo!
but it's a crit. So add 3.
Okay. So somehow the Shari folk are the first ones to get this.
You're
Who've
counting
probably
how hard can it be?
never seen a wolf / heard a wolf. They're like, from what I've heard of wolves,
Which is nothing.
which is nothing.
Are they like lions?
You
Shut up,
guys,
I'm trying to count.
you guys heard lots of different wolves. Well, you guys heard lots of howls, but they sounded too similar. They didn't sound like distinct, different creatures, but they were coming from sort of different places.
Lots of howls that sounded the same, but came
They
from different
they sounded like identical copies of the same
Sure.
howl.
Okay.
What are our surroundings like specifically right now? Like how far outside of town are we? And
Yeah, still probably 3 or 4 hours outside of town.
My stealth check, by the way, was a 20. Not a bad roll for me.
Oof.
Okay. Well, that is really confusing, but we also don't know about wolves. So
Yeah,
like,
it's a hard one. It's like something seems off.
It sounds like the same wolf, but it's everywhere.
what?
Do your wolves teleport?
they have
I don't
really
know.
long necks.
The winter wolf is a magical beast. It may possess many strange powers.
What that tree said.
I do have things just before the combat starts, basically, but he's going to be out, hammers ready, and trying to hold in on some of the noise.
Yeah. So
Any
as
movement?
you're kind of looking around, I'll let your checks roll forward. Meanie, you're the first one to see it. You see a figure flying high above the woods, seemingly feminine silhouette against the sky, sitting on what appears to be like a long sort of staff, and she's zooming about kind of in a circle above your guys' location. Well, I say Mina because she hadn't actually used her wings. We retconned that, so a couple of you look up and see that.
Does she cackle menacingly?
No, but she's menacing in nature.
I'm gonna hold a crossbow shot until she is acting against us. If she casts, looks like she's casting a spell or summoning a wolf or whatever, I'll shoot her in the face.
Does she seem to be the source of the howling?
You like watch and you see she like cups one hand to her mouth and lets out one of the howls, but only one, and you hear several others.
Okay. Are there How far away is she, first of all?
In
Like within throwing hammer range, or
no,
further?
not yet. She's
Okay.
like well above the woods, the trees. So yeah, not quite in throwing hammer range. Not a million
far?
miles away, I suppose.
How far exactly?
We will say 130 feet.
Okay.
But she does seem to be on a downward trajectory. And as you watch, you can see a couple other silhouettes join against the sky until there are 5 of these things flying down towards you all. If everyone, you can all take an action, and then we'll roll initiative.
I'm gonna use my non-detection token.
Okay.
No, never mind.
They're 130 feet away.
right now, but if you're ready, they'll be closer.
Am I allowed to move a little bit and then do something?
Okay.
Well, you let me know if I can do this, Rob. I will understand if you tell me no. There's lots of snow in the trees, yes?
Sure.
If I were to cast Control Water, could I make the snow into some Iceman-esque Frozone spikes to go at them. All like pew 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 style.
Well, you can certainly make snow spikes. How effective those will be, because they're made of snow, is minimal. You can't, I won't let you make bits of ice and hurl them, but certainly snow.
Okay, yeah. Like some sort of sleet storm type thing, but with controlled water.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you kind of throw up a load of snow and water in front of them. And you see they all kind of veer off and scatter a little bit. Their attack put on hold.
Could I use my preparatory action to use some of the rupee poison and put it on my crossbow bolts?
You may?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Yeah,
I did.
absolutely.
Roofie poison.
Yeah, well, the stuff that I got from that guy who tried to drug us.
Sure. And these things look humanoid.
Good question. Now they're a bit closer. They've got like blue-white skin, almost like they've been frozen to death. Their hair is white, and they're like really emaciated looking. They're wearing these like black robes that are hanging off them. Like a couple of them have like missing eyes or like bits of flesh stripped away from their faces. They look pretty grim. Like their
So-
eyes are kind of surrounded by like bruise-colored flesh, and their mouths are like cracked, and their lips are bleeding.
Rough
Okay.
night.
So not just some witches out on the piss or something.
That's
it's all
that's
of
gonna
this
be the
other
next
stuff.
campaign.
Okay.
Which is
Prepar-
up this next
What we do in the shadows, Witch Edition.
Preparatory action, chimes maybe, and then what I would like to ready ideally is the. Do I think? Well, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna ready to memes hooker for when something gets within 100 feet.
I
I'm
thought you
gonna
said
attempt-
meme hook. There. I was
Why?
like, what?
To memes hooker.
To meme hook? Yeah,
Um,
that
I
is
know
what it's
exactly
called.
What you're talking.
Yeah, no, I got that. It took me a second.
memes. Okay.
Memes hooker. I almost want Maku to just hold out the rod and just like zip up their rod first.
Well,
hmm
Can I get an Arcana check to see if I know what these creatures are?
yep.
Ooh, that's a good roll, finally.
31.
They are very reminiscent of the creature you met in the Esoterica in Ashar.
Oh. So, some sort of fiendish creature.
Some sort of
Or
hag.
a blue hag, perhaps.
Oh no, ice hag.
I tag.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Crean soloed one of these guys. It's fine.
So,
He did set like 1,000 traps.
let's roll some initiative, I think, at this point.
Because Crean is
No.
not here to help you.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. That is a 16 for Abrashmina.
Nice.
18 for Bree.
18 for me as well.
Ooh. You two can decide who goes first.
Do you have more dex than 16?
Me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would thought so. So, if you want.
All right.
Unless you want me in combat for a reason, but Gives you a chance to fireball before I get
Yeah,
in.
I want a fireball.
Go for it.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
want a fireball.
Yeah.
Brynny, you gonna fireball? There's a bear shit in the woods.
Yes.
There's a minotaur shit in the desert.
Probably, because that's where they live.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
They can't just hold it until they get to a shower and then back again.
Alright,
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Declan's up first though.
My preparatory action was fire.
Oh,
I mean, did you want to shoot a fireball?
yeah.
I always want to throw fireballs. What
There's
is-
a bear shit in the woods?
Yeah.
Which is...
You do that before I do my thing.
Yeah.
So if that was your preparatory action.
I'll say with the range of a fireball, you can get 3 of them.
Okay. Go dice roller, go.
Do they have disadvantage because of the snow blowing up into their face?
Yes.
It's 30 damage.
Oh, girl, 30 damage. 14, 9, 19.
The 19.
So 30, 15. Okay. So you see like the flesh kind of pull back off these things and they let out a scream. And one of the ones that wasn't hit kind of like swoops low. And she shouts, "You burned, lady!" And will like kind of come in an arc towards you. And another one like kind of twisting above will say, "Aunt Janie!" And it's Bryn's go. Or it's Declan's go. My apologies.
No worries. So I should be hidden. So if I take a shot at one of the burning ones, do I have advantage?
Yes.
That is with sharpshooter a 13 plus 6 is a 19 to hit.
A 19 is a hit.
Aha. So it'll be 8d6 plus 16. 7. 15. 7. 32, 36, 46, 52. Right? Yes.
I believe you.
Yeah, 52
Um,
points.
Sure. Do you have a preference as to who you're going for?
So
there's
Jeannie.
one that's less injured.
Whoever was the most injured.
Okay, so Lainey and Janie were equally injured.
I will go for Lainey.
Lainey, okay. She is not looking too hot. The one that was... Oh, right.
Bonus action. Sorry. I'm using my bonus action to just kind of switch my position in the tree and then hide again.
Okay.
I don't have advantage on that, but I do get special stuff. 25.
25. Okay, yeah. You're well hidden.
Okay.
And you hear one of them like screeches, the one that was burned but not as bad as the others. She said, "You always forget about me." And she kind of swoops low.
Lainey should get a Constitution saving throw. Because I should have poison.
That is 11.
Should be a fail. You actually made this poison, so I don't actually have written down what it does.
Yes, I do have it somewhere. Which poison was it? The
roofie drug that we got from the Shawl who tried to date rape Abishmina.
Oh man, some session 2 stuff.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. She falls asleep. Okay, so you
Does she
see,
fall out of the sky?
yeah, Lainey just falls. She lands in snow, but she'll certainly be taking some damage. Oh, dang it! That's some good rolls, you know. Yeah, you see her fall, land, and just like she is impaled on a rock. She's dead. And there's just this horrible, like, desiccated corpse. And you hear the other ones all like scream in anguish. Brynhild.
How far away are they?
Depends. Janie is still pretty high up. Staney is swooping low, and Brainy and Grainy are also pretty close.
Can I get into melee range with any of them?
You can get into melee range with Brainy or Grainy. They're the ones who are shouting at you.
Oh yeah, those bitches. Let's go for Greeny.
Grainy. Very well.
So I got a Kraken.
Oh
for
boy.
For one of mine, and a 15 for the other one.
Damn. 15 total, sorry.
Yeah, 15.
That misses.
So let's roll the Kraken. That's 18 points damage on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I need and how we get saving throw?
17.
12 points of damage. I cast Mind Sliver, and then they get a D4 on their next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
Awesome. Alright.
Sorry, how much damage did you do there with the crit?
30 all up. Oh, 18 with the crit, 12 with the Mind Sliver.
Okay.
Good, your go.
So there's two of them, Brainy and Grainy or whatever, that are within combat distance?
Yeah, you can hit them.
I don't need to meme hook or anything?
If you feel like Tamim's hooking, there's
I feel
Staney.
If there's people within smashing distance, I will smash them.
Alright.
So, I mean, we were going into a fight, so preparatory, like, he would have raged, presumably. Or I can do it now and not have the extra attack, but...
Nah, you can have rage.
Cool. Excellent.
Can has rage.
Can has rage, please. Please, thanks.
As he rages, like the snow starts melting around him as like the steam from McMoody's malls, like the mall like heats up more from your anger.
Snow turns to steam that swirls around him.
And makes Minotaur-like shakes.
Mina just empties all the sand out of her pockets, and that's what turns into... Just so McCood's spirits can feel at home.
He will run at one of them, and when he gets within about a 20-foot distance, he is going to throw Farak the Cave Shaker. Oh, 19 on the dice.
Is this your first combat with double hammer?
No, I had one. Whatever combat we had last with double hammer. I cannot remember what it was.
Was it not the boat the last? Was the boat not the last combat?
No, I think the boat one.
Yeah, but you got the item for the boat afterwards, didn't you? No, ignore me. Sorry.
No, I think I thought I had.
Did you not get it? Did you not find the?
He got it from Mitha, so he had it for the boat.
Oh yes. Correct. Apologies. Originally, I'd intended him to find it on the boat, which is why I was getting confused.
Okay.
No, you gave it as the reward for...
Or Mythar.
I remember now.
for returning Aranthus to his home.
So now Makoo can hit good.
So you're going for brainy or grainy?
Which one? Which one's alone?
Brainy's the only one who hasn't been hurt yet.
Brainy. Cool. Varak
Brainer.
comes sailing at her, and I got a 19 on the dice plus like 14,
Yeah.
so presumably hit.
Yeah. Big time.
And because it's being thrown, it does 2d8 rather than 1d8 damage.
Yeah, nice. Fuck it up, Akud.
I presume they're not giants.
They do speak giant.
They do speak giant, I know, as hags, but they're not giants.
Correct.
One day I'll find more giants and fuck them up. So because I'm ranging, that's plus 9 damage for 16 damage.
16.
Oh no, plus. Hang on, right, I don't get the modifier because I don't have two-handed weapon fighting, right? So it's just the weapon quality and the rage quality, so it's only plus 6. So it was whatever I originally said.
16.
16. Yes, that works.
Excellent.
And then he basically follows the hammer into combat, smashing with Igmuti's maul, and catching the hammer as it like kind of loops round. And then I'm going to make 2 attacks with those. Oh, that was hilariously bad. I wasn't recklessing. So the highest one of those was an 18.
An 18 hits.
Okay. The other one was a crit 1.
Oof.
Which does not hit. The other one was not very high either. Jesus Christ, so many dice.
It's just
Please. Okay. 20? 23.
23.
I didn't say I was great weapon mastering either, but I would have missed woefully if I had.
Indeedy.
Those other things that happened? I have
Awesome.
so many modifiers.
All the modifiers. Okay.
Yes. And they got burned. If that helps at all, I don't know
It
if
does.
I would-
It does not.
Okay.
They're immune to cold, but they do not have any fire. Shit.
Fire shit. Okay.
Speaking of shit, that's the time you're about to have. So Janie, who was originally burned, gonna circle high. Hold up her. Well, she's not gonna hold up her staff because she's on it. But she's gonna Mary Poppins and cast Control Weather. Or begin casting Control Weather, like high above you guys.
Yeah, that takes a really long time
Yeah,
to cast,
10
doesn't
minutes.
it?
10 minutes. 10 minutes. Staney.
That's a bold move.
It's I mean it's what they do apparently. So Staney, who was hurt a little bit, but isn't too bad, is going to swing down towards Abrishmina. Where are you standing?
I originally said I was gonna go off into the brush next to Bryn, but then I was like, no wait, I'm gonna fly, and then I never flew, so I'm probably right in the middle of the road.
Okay, excellent. She's going to fly down, and we'll say, just you make me a Constitution saving throw, please. And she's going to fly like right in front of you and point blank cone of cold you.
Oh, that's very generous. that nobody else is getting hit with this then.
Don't worry, they can all do it 3 times a day each. So
They don't share the spell slots together. That is going to be a 23.
a 23 is a success, unfortunately. So you will only take half. So shitty roll. 12 cold damage.
Reduced to 6.
No. Oh, yes, reduced to 6 because of the boots. Sorry.
It's a really shitty roll. For
That is, yeah, that was terrible. But you know, there's always a chance to make it better. As Brainy and Grainy are going to do the same thing.
Do you have
and-
Rashmina?
No, both to Makud and Bryn. So I need 2
And
saves.
both of us are affected by both of them? Or
Yeah.
one each?
Because they flew in together and you went for 1 each. So
Okay.
this is my coup de grace.
So you need dex saves,
Con saves.
con saves. Oh, I've got this. You're a paladin, right, Madrid? Secret paladin?
Sorry.
Oath of illiteracy.
Both of us.
Oh, it's me.
Ow. My heart.
Oh,
Oath of Hammer.
there you go. That's nice.
Are you the god of hammers? Yes.
What are you,
yes,
the
I
god of
am.
hammers? Yeah, why, yes. Bang.
I got 21 on the lesser roll and 26 on the higher roll.
Both succeed.
I got a 10 and an 8, bitches.
Yes. Okay.
You have
Oh,
chimes
no.
though, right? She has charm.
I did
chimes.
activate chimes, which I suppose should have gone off to reduce your damage to 3.
I'm okay to take a full 6. You guys can have all of it.
I mean, I'm not sure we have a choice, so I'm going
Yeah.
to take it down by 3 damage
Oh, okay.
already.
I'll.
It's already strong. I don't feel like I pick and choose when it happens. I just have to remember.
Okay. You take 42 damage from the first one and 21 from the second.
Okay. So 21 and then 10. Then reduced again to 5.
Yeah.
And 10.
So it's
So Bryn, you take 42 down to 21 because the chimes make up the rest, and then you take 10 from the second one down from 21 because the chimes make up the rest. And I take 10 damage and 5 damage, respectively, I think.
Yeah. And the
How many
this,
hit points do the chimes have left now?
Not a
the
huge
second
amount.
cone of cold is 45 damage.
Oh, you said 42, then 21. But
Yeah,
Oh.
we did.
Was yeah, as in 42 half to 21. Sorry.
Oh.
so
Yeah.
the second one is 45 down.
Yeah.
Okay. Down to 22.
Sorry, apologies.
That
So
wasn't- that was
Bryn
clearer.
takes 43 damage, and whatever, and the chimes will take whatever. 43 again, presumably, because
Yeah.
it's halved.
We'll say that.
Which makes it 54, and then I take 20.
I take 54 damage off of it, right?
No, you take 43. 54 is what the chimes are down to afterwards.
Okay.
So I saved it, so the chimes take half of whatever that is reduced down to. The chimes take an additional 2 damage. So it's down to 32. It was
Alrighty.
100 a moment ago, or 97 a moment ago.
Yeah.
And I take 21 cold damage.
And then Abrashmina.
Brashmina is going to use her bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Level.
I think I'm actually going to cast it at the 3rd level. No, wait.
That doesn't
No.
give any benefit.
Fourth level. I wanted to upcast it this time. And it is going to appear 60 feet. How far away is the one that went to go control weathering? How high above?
She's pretty high. Yeah, probably 120.
120 feet up? Okay. And then if I'm in the middle, there's one that is point blank range in front of me, yeah? You
Correct. Correct.
said? Okay, then Ramiel is going to try to bitch slap her off her broom. Does a 21 hit?
Does.
I should have had some D8s out. What am I doing with my life?
Winning.
But the important thing is that with my action, I am going to only 11 points of damage from the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
But with my action, I am going to hold out my holy symbol and say, Declan gets this one, and I'm going to use Path to the Grave on one that is at full health.
The one at the top or the controller?
No, I can't reach
The
her. It
least
has-
damaged one is the point blank one.
Yeah. So as like Abrashmina curses the hag in front of her.
Just as a note, when you said
Please.
winning there, Dylan, for some reason into my head it just popped like winning, the new fragrance for men. It just, the way you said it, you were like, what am I? She was like, what am I doing? You're like, winning. New fragrance. I just,
It's like
That's my
commercial.
yeah. Sure. And it is that time. Declan.
I will shoot the one who has
Or
the.
Madar and Eli?
Oh, fuck.
Bonk.
They exist, don't they?
Yeah, that's why I was all like, don't hit them, Eli Madar. Might have been
I
my
think
way of
you
reminding you.
you roboted a bit. I think
Oh, okay.
we missed
They're
this.
just off picking wildflowers. It's fine.
Yeah. They're falling in love.
What?
Sorry, I had to find out this way.
Wait, what?
Good
It's
news
a
is
twist.
I have them both in D&D Beyond now, so that makes
Hooray.
life very easy. Madar can go first.
Well, near the bottom. But sure.
First out of the two of the nerds. She is going to run over to the one fighting Brynhild.
Oh shit.
And is
Stunning
going.
strike?
Yeah, she is going to stunning strike, etc. Okay. She's got 2 attacks. That's a 25 and a less than the AC, a 13 to hit. So the first one hits.
Do I have 2 minutes for my turn?
Yeah, sure. That's gonna be 6 damage.
Oof.
Stunning strike.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. I was trying to find it. Fucking deaned. Oh, yeah, she's stunned. So she falls off her broom as well. But she was, like 6 feet off the ground, so she's not taking any damage. But Grainy takes 6 damage. Eli, my boy, he is going to step up I want to use
use one of these things. Yeah, he's just gonna, seeing like Abrishmina, he was running to fight the one attacking Abrishmina, so seeing her like tell him to not do that, he's gonna stop in his tracks and use his action to summon his packed weapon, which is gonna be a longsword, we'll say.
Oh, I thought he was packed to the team.
No. He ain't. But yeah, that's their go. It's Dylan's go now, so we can wait a brief. Oh, he's back. Well, just about to be.
So yeah, Declan had a whole thing, but did somebody already use the Path to the Grave on the?
No.
No.
Okay, then I will do that. Am I hidden from her?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. You passed your thing, didn't you?
So rolling. I swear to God, I rolled a 19 and 20.
Oh.
And she's gonna have vulnerability, so it's gonna be double damage.
It's worked out this way a couple times. the Declan Mina combo.
It's a nice combo. We haven't done it in a while.
Okay. Rolling dice. 7, 9, 15, 25, 27, 30, 35, 38, 41, 42, 48, 49. 57. I think I'll get one more. Nice. 57, 63, 68, 78, 84 points of damage.
Okay.
And
Staney is
doubled.
And then doubled. So,
156. Or 176, sorry.
Yeah.
168, isn't it?
What did you say?
84.
Oh,
It was 84 points of damage to 168, correct?
yeah, 160. Sorry. I was in a little world of my own there.
People just say numbers, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. Could be any number.
we trust, the accountant to know his numbers. So.
Listen, it's almost 1 a.m.
I am totally joking. You know this.
I don't take accounting-based jokes very lightly, so.
It's true. It's true. Oh, there's two things we don't joke about in this house, and it's accounting and Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Serious business.
She dead?
Staney is dead.
Staney is a mysterious stain on the street.
Oh, she just vaporized.
She got one-shotted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my 1 second hide.
Oh, she needs to make a con save to see if she falls asleep. Oh no, she doesn't have a head anymore. Guess she fails.
Stealth check is at 26.
Yeah, you're hidden. Bryn.
Let's attack.
Attack.
That's a 30 and a 17.
Both hit, just.
Oh, 11 points of damage and 15 points of damage. And I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers at a 4th level.
Okay. How much was the damage? Sorry.
For the attacks? Or
Yeah.
For
The attack.
the attacks were 11 and 15.
Cheers.
Okay. Oh, natural 16. So, 17.
She takes half of 18.
Okay, she's not looking good.
Alright.
Indeed. Alright. And awesome. It is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Makud, you're up. So Staney is dead, Lainey is dead, Janie is still flying high, making the air around her go dark and stormy. Grainy is standing right in front, or no, Grainy is not looking too hot, in front of Bryn, and Brainy looks just as furious and horrible as ever, in front of you.
She was the one in front of me, yeah. Makud is basically going to shout at her and... Why were you howling like a wolf? This is
That's
really
what-
disappointing, Ice Woman.
Nice one. You get some brackish blood pouring down her chin as a response.
Ew.
He's really not in this fight. Like, my dice rolls have been awful. So 18 hit last time, so one of them hit, and the other one I rolled was a 2. So, and he's not.
Yeah.
He's more puzzled than reckless.
His heart's just not in it because he wanted to fight a giant wolf.
No, it really isn't. Like, I've not been doing reckless or great weapon master. He's just, what is going on? These women flew down from the sky and started attacking us, and they don't look well. So, one hit with Igmuties. So 12, 10, 22 damage.
22.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she's looking pretty rough too.
Okay, and then he's gonna point blank throw the hammer at her at disadvantage. And that's gonna miss as well because I rolled a 3. I rolled a 3 and a 5 on those dice. He's really like, what are we doing here? Like, just flailing around.
Can you
The
come
hammer
back
just,
as a
like, whizzes
wolf?
off and then comes back again.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah,
Is that his?
that's my go.
Alright, I'm sorry, buddy. But hey, good news. It's the hag's go. And that's always fun. 'Cause you get to roll some more dice. Let's see. Grainy is going to hurl herself at Brynhild using a slam attack, because apparently that's what they have. For a 12 to hit.
I'm afraid that's a miss.
So she just like leans down and Harry Potter just fucking pelts her way towards you on her broomstick, but you just dodge and she just like has to duck through some trees.
I think she's stunned
She is stunned.
by Madar.
She does fuck all then. And Brainy.
It means Bryn would have hit her much harder.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
How much harder?
She would have had advantage on her attacks, I think, or...
The only thing is I might have rolled a crit.
Roll another d20 then.
I want 2 crits actually.
Oh yeah.
No. They were both actually ones.
Okay. Well, Brainy is going to shout, "Wake up, Grainy!" And then is going to cast another cone of cold. I don't need to roll for that. at Makuden Bryn and
Madar.
Madar. Oh yes, I do get to roll now.
I'm gonna have my inspiration to reroll that.
Madar. 17. Nice.
I got
Where is Eli
21.
located? He's not in that fray, is he?
No, he was about to help you kill Staney, but froze.
Stayed where it was. Okay.
Mm.
Got an 18.
18. Yeah, that's a success.
So we all pass?
Hooray! 2, 7, 11, 13 damage all up. God damn it.
God.
So
So
half
everyone,
half to 6 for everyone, and then half
and then
to
half
3 for
again.
Makud.
I take 3 damage.
Oh no, the chimes affect everybody within 30 feet.
Yeah,
So-
sorry. So that was it halved from your passing. I just rolled
Oh.
46 instead of 8, or 48 instead of 8.
So it would be 26 down to 13 down to 6,
Yeah,
effectively.
Yes,
So everyone takes 6 damage,
yeah.
and the chimes take 7, 14, 21. It has 11 health left. These poor chimes are like so cold. They're like covered in frost.
They're going.
Barely working. Sad
Oh.
rattle. Sad chimes.
Sad traps.
Oh, sad.
No.
Good
Sure.
episode title. The sad rattle of the Chime.
So for this campaign, all my titles have been one word, which has really been pissing me off. So I'm looking forward to that not being a rule anymore. But
Well, you did it to yourself.
I did. But you know, we're here. Mina, you go.
Yeah. How many of them are still alive?
There's Janie up top, and Brainy and Grainy looking real rough. Down, fighting Bryn and Makud and them lot.
Okay. Abrashmina is going to pop out her wings and fly up towards Janie.
Sure.
Did her fly speed increase?
So you could use like your bonus action or something to fly
Yes.
further.
I have a fly speed of 40 feet now.
Does it use your action to pop the wings, or is it a bonus action?
It's an action. So bonus action, or yeah, action to get the wings out. Bonus action to, do I want to attack with Eli or with Rothmill? Yeah. No, just gonna fly 40 feet up, or 80 feet up towards
Okay.
Janie. That'll be my turn.
Nice. Madar is gonna do some badass kick to Grainy's head for a 26 and a 17 exactly. So that's 2 hits for 10 and 12 damage, so 22.
As a monk?
Madar is a monk.
Mm-hmm.
She's like Vela, kind of a thief monk. So you guys see Madar. She like brings a fist round and kind of punches Grainy, and as Grainy's kind of stunned and listing off to one side, she just does this massive round house kick, and just snaps the hag's neck. Eli, on the other hand, is going to not that one. This one. He's gonna Eldritch Blurst at Janie to try and take her down. 3 beams, bro. That's gonna be a terrible miss with an 11, a terrible miss with a 14, and a terrible miss with a 13. That's just classic. So you just see these 3 bolts of purple light just fly wildly off. Maybe one goes slightly too close to Mina for comfort, but he's too cold. That's what we'll say.
So glad we brought you, babe.
I'm trying.
Ouch.
Declan.
So I want to pull off a maneuver, but
Oh, here we go.
but I have the ability here. So what I want to do is, seeing her gather this spirit bomb, I want to use Dimension Door to pop on top, like maybe 20 feet above Janie, and then like just land on her back and drive her into the ground, and I'll cast Featherfall on myself.
So okay, so you're trying to topple her off the off her broom, basically. Yeah. Okay. You can certainly do that. We will.
The action mechanics get a little fuzzy because I mean, like, it's an action Dimension Door, and then like I guess it would be like an athletics check or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we'll say an athletics check from you.
Okay.
And an athletics check from her to hang on.
Nice. That's gonna be a 27.
Okay. So you've just like kick her. You basically come out. Like, I imagine sort of 2-foot kick her off the side of her thing as you go, and then feather for yourself. Oh. Can you cast 2 spells in a round?
I mean, not
Featherfall as a reaction, so it's technically not on his turn anymore.
Okay. So it's a turn thing rather than a round thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is using the token to do it a reaction?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah. Otherwise,
Fair question. We spent a lot of time hashing out the rules.
Yeah.
These kinds of questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's like one of those things. Like Featherfall can happen at any time. That's why it's a reaction to cast, not an action or a bonus action.
It's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Stop trying to kill Declan.
So
I'm glad of it.
she will
I'm
fall.
kidding. I'm kidding.
She has nothing to protect herself, so she is going to take 12d6 damage.
It's force
Ooh.
movements. I don't get an attack of opportunity as she flies by. Or falls past Ambershmina.
44 bludgeoning damage as she smashes into the ground. She is not
Can I
looking
try-
good.
As I'm wilting down, can I grab her staff?
No. So as soon as you begin to, as soon as she like lets go of the staff, it like, you see the whole thing like cover completely in ice and just fall and like land beside her, and like the ice begins to melt like way faster than it should, and the staff begins to disappear, and she just screams like no.
Aha!
Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to say something now, aren't I? Bryn.
How does Brainy look?
Brainy looks pretty rough, but not as rough as Janie.
Okay. So Bryn's gonna kind of make eye contact with Macoon. Kind of like, you got this, bud.
I mean, he has it, but he also looks like he's not in this fight, like at all. He's not enjoying
He's
it.
going
It's
through
not
the
really about
motions.
It is going through the motions right now, just like beating up on this crooked old woman. Like he's like, this isn't really his thing. Like, yes, she's blasting ice around, but he's just a bit miserable and cold. But he has it.
Okay, I'm not gonna kill Steel.
He
So
wouldn't even care. You get the vibe that he wouldn't even care in this fight. Like there is no
Okay, if
honor
he-
in beating up an old blue woman. Like
if he's not gonna care, then I'll just take 2 swings at her.
you see, he is just going through the motions right now. So like,
Oh, buddy.
Like, love to
I
have
appreciate you not kill stealing. Oh, exciting too, but like it doesn't matter right now. He wanted a big wolf, and what he's got is a blue woman on a stick, and he's like, he likes sticks, but these blue women are not lots of fun.
It's a 26 and a 23 to hit.
Both hit.
Crap damage. 8 and 12 damage respectively. And then I need an intelligence saving.
This is on Janie, correct?
No.
Oh, I'm
Brainy.
Brandon. Okay.
Yeah, I decided to stay and fight because Maku's heart's not in it, so let's just
Okay.
over with.
Yes. Intelligence saving. Gotcha. Natural 1.
12 points of additional damage.
She is dead.
So stab, mind sliver.
I imagine the mind sliver is just Bryn gives a little wink after every stab.
Sure. That's some psychic damage right there.
Yeah. Alright. Makud, it's your go. You wanna do a kill, buddy?
I want to kill a wolf. What are these weird geriatric women? Makud kind of like looks down at the witch in front of him and just sort of kicks some snow on her.
Oh. Sad rage.
And then like looks up to the one as like it hits the ground. I imagine it's all kind of happening at the same time and thump. She's on the ground, so it's disadvantage, but he just like haphazardly throws Varak at her as he like moves for the combat. Oh no! With the disadvantage, that's a 1. It just soars off, and he'll like walk up to her, and now has advantage. He's gonna Great Weapon Master to try and end this sad woman's life. He's just like seen the pastry woman like on all of their faces or something. He rolled 2 17s on that advantage plus 12 or something. Oh no! Does an actual 17 hit?
Yeah, a 17 is the AC.
Okay, with advantage I rolled a 4 and a 5 on the second time. He really doesn't care.
Oh, buddy.
12, 15, 25 from the first one.
That's enough to do it.
Okay, his second strike, barely would hit her, just mushes her a bit further into the snow. He kind of like looks around, like, is there any more? No, and he kind of just goes, just sighs.
Oh,
He's
buddy.
like hopefully listening for more howling noises, but there is none. Feels sad.
Oh, my buddy. Alright.
Can we loot the bodies?
You may. Give me... they're not really wearing much. You find, unfortunately, not a lot. Though one of them is carrying a wind fan.
I think I already have one of those.
Yeah. Well, now we've got another one.
Which double fan it.
Yeah. That means you're twice as windy.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I am totally in for like going when we go to Shao Kun and Declan has to play a geisha, but with like 2 wind fans.
The only chance of saving the world is for you to put on a lady's dress and do a dance, Declan. Those boobs, I'm sorry.
Oh, he wouldn't do the Uhura fan dance from Wrath of Khan.
Shar, maybe.
But yes, you are unfortunately out of danger.
Makut is just a bit sad. It's like,
I think
What?
in contrast to Makud, maybe Declan is probably a little bit exhilarated looking and maybe taking, not saying anything, but it looks like he might be taking some grim satisfaction in killing. Anyone observing?
Ooh, interesting.
I like you more and more every day, Dylan, Bryn says.
Mac probably would miss that, but he's probably going to direct it towards the Lamenters and just go, do all your women like fly around howling? I thought we were going to fight the wolves.
Yes, every woman in Lament flies around on a broom howling.
It's really confusing. I thought you said the wolves howled.
They howl too. Welcome to Lament.
I'd like it here. He like turns and kicks some snow on the melting woman or whatever. And
We will find you a wolf to kill, okay?
good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll find a wolf.
Surprise wolf. No,
Yes.
unfortunately, no surprise wolf. You guys eventually manage to continue on. You're basically skirting what is probably one of the biggest mountains you've ever seen. Enormous mountain. Bryn, you would know this is Rythus Peak, and if you're near Rythus Peak, it means you're definitely close to Calland, because it's pretty nearby.
Do we want to take a detour then, or do we want to keep with the current objective?
She did tell us that we could seek out the dragon on Wraith's Peak.
I thought
Do you
she
think
asked
that-
us to.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Do we want to do that first, or do we want to go to Gomenthan first? Perhaps he might know where Gomenthan is. Might solve us some trouble.
Interfacing with a knowledgeable local seems like a good course.
Knowledgeable local in this case would be another dragon, but yes.
All the same.
Another dragon, potentially questionable loyalty.
Is he?
He's a white dragon, but Nahasira said that he was not a terror.
Yes, he is reformed, correct?
It is what she seemed to say.
Even those who are reformed can slip occasionally. Kind of give Declan a little bit of a pointed look.
Oh.
He steely faced. Lips a little pursed, maybe. Quite true.
But in any case, perhaps we should go to Calland and rest before traveling on to Wraith's Peak.
Is the time of day? Sorry to interrupt. Is the time of day such that, like, by the time we got up the peak, it would be dark and there's no getting to Calland?
Very much so, yeah. But you think you could probably you can get to Calland, and so by extension from Calland to the peak in about 3 hours.
So maybe in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely something you could do, like on another day. All right then. Well, as you guys continue on to Calland, we'll call an end to it there before we go arrive.
Yeah.